that the Fed has quietly shifted its policy in late Q4, while officials avoid calling it quantitative easing, QE. They describe it as reserve management. In reality, this means the Fed has started buying assets again to keep financial markets stable. This is significant because, for years, the Fed was doing the opposite, reducing its balance sheet and pulling money out of the system. Now, instead of letting its balance sheet shrink, it is expanding again by roughly $40 billion per month, with the possibility of $80 billion flowing into the system monthly. Billions of dollars have already entered the market, signaling that money printing has restarted. Well-known investor Lawrence Lepard believes this is just the beginning. He says that a much larger wave of money printing, referred to as the big print, is coming. Another respected macro strategist, Lynn Alden, calls this phase the gradual print. Instead of one massive stimulus event, the Fed is slowly adding liquidity step by step to support government deficits, keep the Treasury and repo markets functioning, and avoid a liquidity crisis. Historically, this gradual approach often grows into much larger intervention when financial stress increases. According to Lepard, when large-scale liquidity enters the system, assets like Bitcoin tend to rise sharply. He predicts that once the big print begins, Bitcoin could double or even triple in value very quickly. Although Bitcoin may look weak in the short term from a technical perspective, currently trading below key moving averages, long-term investors believe this is part of a cycle. Similar situations have happened before, such as with gold and gold mining stocks, which later surge after long periods of decline. The story also highlights important news in the crypto space. Ripple XRP has received regulatory approval from the UK's Financial Conduct Authority. This allows Ripple to legally operate and work closely with banks and financial institutions in the UK. While Ripple is not a bank, this approval shows strong regulatory trust and strengthens its position globally. It also signals that governments are increasingly integrating crypto into traditional financial systems. Finally, the story touches on future risks, particularly quantum computing. A U.S. regulatory task force has warned that quantum computers could pose a threat to Bitcoin by 2028. While many experts believe Bitcoin will adapt, this has brought attention to blockchains like Algorand, which are already working on quantum-resistant security. Quantum security is important because blockchains rely on transaction history being untouchable. If that history could be altered, trust in the system would collapse.